I've always been fascinated by that force that shapes human beings. Who am I? What am I here to give?
To Tony Robbins!
When he's not on Shark Tank, the multimillionaire runs a successful IT security company.
Stay tuned to see my highlights from the Wealth and Achievement Summit that I attended, hosted by Herjavec, Tony Robbins, and Gary Vaynerchuk, and also the latest happenings with my fashion startup, The Lasting Impression. Let's go. Please don't stare at me the whole time. What's up, my fellow entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, and those that are just tagging along for the journey? I'm Mohsin, and welcome to Flashy Knowledge Episode 7. Yes, I finally got through my intro without screwing up. I'm finally becoming a real YouTuber. Anyways, Flashy Knowledge is where I discuss my entrepreneurship adventures, what's going on with my fashion startup, The Lasting Impression, and really everything in between. So happy for you guys to join me today. If you feel value in me sharing my journey and giving back to the entrepreneurship community, hit that like and subscribe button. Would really appreciate your support. So I know it's been a few weeks since we actually caught up on The Lasting Impression. But a lot of big things have went on and a lot of exciting things have been accomplished. So the first thing I want to talk about is we actually finally got our site completed. So a big shout out and thank you to Alex for getting that done. It is now completely revised, rehauled, and very excited about the new look and feel. It should be a lot easier to use. And the second thing I want to talk about is the consultation services that I've been mentioning for a few weeks as well. We've been working with our legal team on terms and conditions and just getting the roadmap documentation done, and also the site was hand in hand with that because we have like a little area that helps you schedule a consultation. So the good news is now that the site's done and we got our terms and conditions and everything completed, on the legal side we are officially able to launch our consultation services. So a big win for us. Some exciting news is going to be coming when we release our consultation services, so stay tuned for that. I'm very excited about some of the ideas we have on how we're going to kickstart that, so stay tuned. And the last thing I wanted to talk about for this week's update is I'm trying to get better as a CEO and as an entrepreneur. As you know, there's a lot of things you have to get in order in your life and in general to be able to manage this kind of lifestyle. So there's lots of things I want to work on, like my sleep, my organization, being able to adapt to things quicker, being more energetic. So I watched a video by some gentleman on, I believe, BuzzFeed, where they were trying out tactics that CEOs currently use out there in the industry on, like, how to stay organized and all that. So I'm actually going to be doing the same thing. I might call it the Be a Better CEO vlog. So that's going to be something else I do in addition to this, and that's just me trying to get better at certain things, like get more sleep and have more energy and be able to plan my day better. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be something that I'll be releasing probably in a short while, and I'll be releasing how I'm overcoming things day by day and kind of the new tactics and things I'm trying and how well my journey is going there. So stay tuned for that. So I was very fortunate that I got awesome seats to the Wealth and Achievement Summit that was held over here in Fairfax, Virginia, held by Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Herjavec, along with a couple other motivational speakers. What an awesome event. Very inspirational, just left with a lot of energy, and I wanted to share some of the highlights from that seminar with you guys. So let's take a look.
How many of you want Tony Robbins to be at his absolute worst today? How many of you want Gary Vee to be at his worst today? How many want him to be at your best? Well, I have a secret.
Everybody wants success, but very few people are willing to pay the price. And you know why? Because it's really hard.
Are entrepreneurs born or are they made?
Everything I know about sales, I've done wrong, I got burnt, and I had to recover.
He's Not on Shark Tank, the multimillionaire runs a successful IT security company.
Innovators create value that people didn't know existed. The technology world reinvents itself every 3 years. I love that. I love that. The world is such an amazing place that you have the ability to create something from nothing. Work hard, have fun, and dream big.
Welcome to River!
I get in. Guy's driving. I'm like, thanks. She's like, yeah. Tough day? Yeah. Aren't you the guy from Shark Tank? Belief is great. Some training is good too. Belief without action means nothing.
National Achievers Tigers welcome to Gary Vaynerchuk! Thank you.
I was analyzing myself. Andy K, get up here, right here. I got you, I see you. Andy's live streaming and he's struggling. Let's give it up for Andy K. Get nice and close. Fuck, I lost my thought, Andy. I got it. I'm kidding. Marketing works if you focus on that 7 p.m. to 2 in the morning around that world, that literally within 3 to 4 years, the practicality, if you're consistent, to making between $50,000 and $100,000 a year in affiliate eBay links and sponsorship around being the foremost expert of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a very fascinating thing. Now that may be a very rogue example for a lot of people in this room. I think I'm fancy up here. I don't like that doesn't mean no good. That's not interesting. I'm saying it because you have to be self-aware. Happiness comes from self-awareness. The number 19 at Facebook made a lot more than every other number 1 of every startup, period. By how much is being done based on somebody else's opinions. The great gift of my life has been the evolution of my process of not going there.
I've always been fascinated by that force that shapes human beings. Who am I? What am I here to give?
You are a catalyst for getting other people to change the way they think about themselves.
As painful as this is, human beings can change one of 2 ways. They can change because there's an opportunity, they just decide to go make it happen, or they do it because they're at a threshold.
I was looking at the list of people that you have helped. Bill Clinton, Princess Diana, Mikhail Gorbachev, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Quincy Jones.
Tony Robbins is a master of human elevation, a true influencer of thought leaders worldwide. Throughout his 40-year career, Tony has advised global leaders, celebrities, and some of the world's top athletes.
What do all these people have in common with one another? They all were coached by Tony Robbins, who helped train these people to get there, helped condition the mind, also think through how to get to places that are unimaginable.
Tony focuses on how to elevate one's wealth, business, performance, and personal growth.
I came away with, it's not about motivation as much as it is allowing people to tap into what's already there, like a catalyst.
Every person in this room who's achieved anything, we've had that hunger. The question is, where's your hunger now?
If you want to change your state, if you want to change your results, this is where you do it.
Coming actually here to have that many people focused on one intent, super powerful. Let's rock it.
Put Execution trumps knowledge every day of the week. Who's with me here? Say I don't give a shit what you know. What I care about is what you actually do. Because that's the only thing you're going to be rewarded for. That's the only thing that's going to give you freedom. That's the only thing that's going to give you the joy that you deserve. So I've spent basically a lifetime trying to figure out why do so many people have such great plans and rarely fall. Invested your time, invested your money, and maybe learn some things that you really thought were valuable. Like no one was selling you. We all know we're being sold. But where you said, holy shit, this could make a difference in my life and my business, and then you went home and didn't apply an effing thing. Who's done this before? Stay happy in this lifetime. Nice and loud, what's your chance? And yet, how many of you, your happiness is tied to your husband or wife, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or your kids, or your co-workers, or your associates, or your customers, or your clients, or what President Trump, or what somebody else does, and when they don't, you get a little crazy inside. Let me see your hands. Raise your hand right now and say, I. You need to put the oxygen on yourself. The oxygen is fulfillment.
My flashy advice for the week is something that Tony Robbins said, and that is, you can learn all you want, whether it's from books, videos, seminars, from other people, but if you aren't applying the concepts and the principles that you've learned into your life, don't expect your life to change. Tony Robbins mentioned that you have about 72 hours where you're really fired up, really energized, and everything is still fresh in your mind, and you're really, you want to go and tackle the world with all the new energy you found. After the 72 hours, though, what happens? We get caught up in our everyday grind. We get caught up in our everyday lives. We get caught up in the problems we had before, the issues we had before, our negative thoughts from before, and all of a sudden, all that stuff is gone. It completely wipes away from your mind. So the best thing to do is, when you learn something new, whether it's from that seminar or whether it's from a book or a mentor, whatever, as soon as you come home, apply it to your life immediately. Start planning on how you're going to incorporate it little by little, and I'm all about continuous learning, right? So my thing is, take those concepts, take those learning principles, apply it to your life that very day, so you can start slowly building habits around those concepts and principles, and the next thing you know, it's a habit, and it's on autopilot. Right? You already have it baked into your life. You're already baked into what you're doing. The last thing you want to do is spend money, time, energy on learning new concepts and then doing nothing with them. Like Tony Robbins said, if you're bringing that kind of stuff home and you're not applying it into your life, don't expect your life to change. It will stay the same. You'll just be energized for those 72 hours, but then you'll go right back to default. So whatever you're learning, folks, wherever it's from, apply it to your life as soon as you can, bake it into habits, and then it'll start being on autopilot, and then start building from there, right? And start adding those new things. That's how new habits are born. That's how kind of new entrepreneurs and new, refreshed, revitalized people are born, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to incorporate new things from CEOs and what I see out there in the industry from successful people, and trying to refresh myself as well, because Lord knows I need it. Thank you so much for tuning into this special episode. I truly appreciate you watching. Again, if you find value in me sharing my journey, sharing what's going on with my fashion company, The Lasting Impression, and just sharing my entrepreneurship adventures, hit that like and subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate your support. And I'm going to leave you, as I always leave you every week, with my personal mantra. Remember, you got to take action to get action. So go out there and make things happen. I'll see you next week. Don Mohsin out. If you feel that, you can't do that. You're really messing me up, honey.